What's up? What's up? Just chilling right now. Can't sleep, so I thought I'd do an insomnia stream. See how many people I get. See how many people I don't get. But either way, I'm a man of the people. And I hope if you're just getting up, you find this funny. And if you're just going to bed, maybe you can fall asleep to the soothing sounds of my voice. I realize that it's 2:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's not the optimal hour for people to stream. I see we have one person just joined us. Identify yourself or lurk in the shadows. It's all good. I just can't sleep. So here I am, a comic who is in search of excitement. And I thought, where else to go than on a YouTube stream? I had a good weekend. Had a good spot at the Comedy Store last night. Been getting some favorable reactions from the comedy I have uploaded to YouTube and TikTok. I mean, I'm not like blowing up, but it's getting my name out there a little more, which is really why I'm doing these streams. Um, I just want more people to know about Earl. My name is Earl, baby. Right there. It was a rough weekend with my Pittsburgh Steelers not doing well again. Just not their year. Thank you for the like. One like is better than no likes. So I'll take it. And this is me also just kind of experimenting with the algorithm of YouTube. Um, I've done I guess this is early morning for me, early morning for really anyone, unless you're in like Australia, that I haven't done very well at this hour, which ironically is when I do best on TikTok. Smokey the Spark, I am watching. Thank you, Smokey. Smokey the Spurg. I'm sorry, my bad, my bad. May I ask what brought you to this stream? Are you a fan of mine? Are you a fan of comedy? Or you just saw some strange man with glasses on the internet and thought, this guy looks interesting. Um, Welcome aboard. Oh, you just got off work. Okay, cool, cool. Thank you. MLC, the fans have been good to me for the most part. Some people don't like the way I judge Zoom roast battles, but hey, listen, not everyone is going to like my style. Where do you work? Usually, when someone says overnight, I assume they're either a bartender or stripper. You don't have to tell me where you work, but like What line of work do you do? You know, grocery store. That's all good. I used to go to, I live in West Hollywood, and I go to Pavilions, which is, I don't know if that's a nationwide supermarket. I think they all used to be Ralph's, and it was great. It used to be open 24 hours, but there was just too much shenanigans going on in the bathrooms, so it closes at midnight now. But it was great because you'd go in there and there'd be like 4 different groups of people. There'd be bartenders, strippers, prostitutes, and mostly gay dudes coming down off the drugs they took at the nightclub. So, I think the employees were entertained by the and comics, stand-up comics, and even famous musicians. You'd see a few, because it's just this particular pavilions is just east of Beverly Hills and just west of the rich part of Hollywood. So it's really like the rich person's pavilions or rich person's supermarket. So it was awesome to go there at 3 in the morning after the Comedy Store, wherever you were at. I saw more sex in that parking lot than I have in my bedroom. But now that's shut down at midnight because people literally couldn't keep their dicks in their pants at the supermarket. So um, that's too bad because, like, right now, I'm kind of thirsty. Now I could go to 7-Eleven or something, but I could walk. Not that I want to walk at this time of night. My neighborhood's actually gotten quite dangerous, to be honest with you. So I, I carry brass knuckles when I walk the dog late at night, or I just get in the car and me and the dog go to Beverly Hills, and they don't fuck around in Beverly Hills. There's no homeless. There's no crime virtually. It's it's different where I live. Like I live in the heart of West Hollywood. So Beverly Hills pushes the homeless this way, east, and then the Russian Jewish area, like that's to the east of me. They push the homeless to the west. So like I'm in the middle, and it's no fun. Like I literally can't walk my dog without worrying about getting jumped. But I'm a pretty big dude, so I scare off most people who have bad intentions. Let's just say entertainment to Smokey and the other 2 people. I live to entertain, and I mean it is weird, like, and I feel bad for the homeless, because they're just shuffled around. I mean, and the weird thing is I've seen some of and a lot of the homeless around here, it's mental illness. I guess you could say that about any homeless. I mean, I don't think anyone sets out in life to want to live on the streets, but a lot of them, they go to these like rehab centers and whatnot, and if they're not, in line with the program, I've seen trucks, vans literally just drop them off in my neighborhood because they've got the hospital thing on. And a lot of them are from hospitals where the hospitals are like, "Hey, you can't just stay here. This ain't no fucking hotel." And they just get shoved into the street, and then, it's like The Wire in my neighborhood at times. So you think, and the weirdest thing is, I literally can see the sheriff's station outside my window, and it's still like the crime is pretty wackadoony doon. It really is. I mean, you know, Mason in Portland. Earl, why can't Chad be more like you? I don't know, to be honest with you. Um, I think Chad is, he's in too deep with the wrestling character. Uh, oh, well, I'm listed in the yellow pages or white pages, I think. But my building's virtually impossible to break into. It's like got these really um, tall fences that are like made of iron. And Terry, what have you had any NDE? I don't know what that means. Is that a bad word you're trying to get in under the radar? I don't know what NDE is. Sorry, I'm not hip with the kids' lingo. But you'd think living by the sheriff's station that, you know, I wouldn't have to worry about. Oh, I see what you're saying. Near death experience. Um, I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I think the in my mind, the closest. What up, Ross? The closest I've come to like looking back at all the memories I have of my life is one time I used to work at a gym called the Sports Connection, which then later became Bally's, and then now it's a 24-hour fitness. But if you've ever seen the John Travolta movie Perfect, that's the gym in the movie. Hello, Cheng Li. So I became friendly with this girl who worked in the smoothie bar, Norma. She's a Mexican girl, very cool girl, and but she ran with a fast crowd. So one night she invites me to a house party in Venice. Now Venice is, to this day, it's a very strange neighborhood. Um, like there's literally one block is blood, one block is Shoreline Crips, next block is Venice 13, um, and then the next block is Gold's Gym with $1 million lofts. So it really you have to be careful on where you go at night, and particularly what you wear. So one night, Norma invites me to this party in Venice. I guess you'd say it's in the hood part. It was a warehouse party, and I had a red Massimo jacket on. No, no, there's nothing. Well, is that really Kate Meany? I wanted to reach out to you, Kate. Uh, so just to give you some advice on the dabble world. Oh, it's not okay. I feel sorry for that girl. Um, it's like she's getting involved in a world that's it's not for everyone. So me and Norma are walking to the warehouse party, and this car pulls up, and there's like 4 or 5 people in it with blue. I just remember they had like Dodger jackets on and Dodger hats and whatnot. And the guy in the back seat, and I could feel Norma. We were holding hands. I could feel Norma kind of tense up. And they said, the guy in the back seat says, "Hey, blood, nice jacket." And I start walking towards the car. I'm so friendly. I was, "Oh, hey, guys." It's like that scene in Animal House when Flounder goes up to the 4 guys playing cards. "You guys playing cards?" And Norma just took my hand and we bolted down an alley. Uh, and I'm not going to say they were going to shoot me, but they probably were going to fuck me up. Because that apparently, I mean, looking back, that was probably a Crip neighborhood. It was probably a Shoreline Crip neighborhood. Um, Imagine being a fake Kate Meany. I'd like to hear your advice for Kate. Uh, I mean, I would get out of the dabble world if I were Kate Meany. Well, I mean, looking back, Um, Kate Meanest. Now we have multiple Kate Meany people in here. This is a Dabbleverse free. Well, let me take that back. But you are free to ask me questions about the Dabbleverse, but I don't. I'm Dabbleverse adjacent. Like, I go on the podcast, but I'm not going to talk shit about anyone. It's not my style to talk shit online. If you want to say something, say it to my face. I'm at the Comedy Store a couple times a week, and if I'm ever in your town saying comedy, um, you can come free of charge. I do, that's what the one of the things I really loved about Roast Battle was you wanna talk shit about someone, well, they're gonna be on stage with you. So, yeah, I mean, Terry, I don't know, I don't wanna exaggerate and say I feared for my life, but looking back, um, that's probably the closest I've ever come to being killed. I mean, I've been, maybe once or twice almost hit by a drunk driver. I mean, what was it, last night? I don't know if they were drunk or not, but to go on my street from Sunset, I have to make a left. So I see a car in I'm going east. There's a car in this lane, in my lane. Now he's going straight, so I'm going to wait for him. But the light turns red. This car stops, and then like a Ferrari or a McLaren, something, probably 3 to 4 seconds after the light turned red, and I was about to turn. Because I had a feeling I was in the intersection while it was green going this way, so I had to like go. But I had a feeling this car was gonna run the light because they were going really fast, and I'm glad I didn't turn because I would have been smashed. Um, yeah, I mean, I think the Dabbleverse, I mean, no, I mean, I don't really know Mike. I mean, I don't dislike him. Um, well, I mean, I don't wanna exaggerate, but, like, if I would've turned when I should have turned, I would have been hit for sure, and this car was easily going 80 to 100 miles an hour. Um, oh, I don't care, Mumbles. That's your opinion. I mean, I think you can hear a pretty fair amount of laughter in every short. So, well, the verse is toxic, and that's why I like Kevin Brennan. Like, he's honest about it. Like when Chad and Ray were getting along after the roast, uh, Kevin was like, "This ain't good." Um, so you know, that's why I'm not really uh, that into it. Because I just, and that's probably my hockey background. Like when I used to play hockey a lot, and someone wanted to talk shit, I'd be right next to them. Okay, say it to my face. Because anyone can sit there and say anything online. I suck as a comic. I have a big nose or whatever. But I find it the courage disappears when you're in front of the person. Well, that's why I love playing hockey. Um, it's a man's sport. Did you buy those frames because of slap shot? No, I need these. I have astigmatism in this eye, so these glasses are not um, for show. When I played field hockey, I felt well. That's what I love about and I'm like the Israeli Mossad. When the Palestinian Authority attacked the Israeli Olympic team in the '72 Olympics. Israel took like the Mossad took like 25 years to find every terrorist, and I think they killed 11 of the 12. That's me. If I played hockey and someone slashed me or, cross-checked me or punched me or whatever, I'd never get back at them that game. I'd wait. I'd fuck with their minds. Um So, yeah, I think one survived, because they killed the wrong guy. I think the guy who organized it all, I think they killed what they thought was him, and he's, I believe, still on the run, which is crazy because that's like 50 years ago. Um, so the frames, that's what I mean. No, the frames are. I just like the frames. Um, you know, I have a big head, so these are big glasses. So, to be honest with you, I bought them because I saw LeBron James wearing them, and his head's bigger than mine, so I thought that should fit. Um, this is live Saint Ranger. Why do you want to see? I mean, I think Cody Rhodes deserves it. I'm an AEW guy myself, to be honest with you. Smokey, I'm sorry, I knew I was missing someone's question. I'm not going to AC because there's just no money in it for me. Like, I'm not gonna, um, plane flight to AC is probably $500. A hotel for the weekend is $500. 250 a night, I'll guess. Let's say it's 150 a night, so that's $800 plus food. I eat a lot, and I want to go to the gym probably. Well, I guess the Borgata, I'm assuming they would have a gym in the hotel, but you're looking at spending around $1,000 for me because I live in Los Angeles. So, I can't do those types of um, trips anymore where I'm just laying out money to hang out with comics, and I'd love to be there. I've actually never met Levy or Kevin. I'd never even met Kevin before, so it would be great to see all those guys. But I would have to try and line up a headlining gig. It's probably too late at this notice. I did not buy these frames because of Slapshot. Uh, did you ever get your hair cut by Sam, the Armenian comedian? No, I did not, to be honest with you. Um, no, but LeBron James had, um, I don't know, I saw some picture of him and, oh, those glasses kind of look cool. A lot of people think I wear these because of like Buddy Holly or, um, Elvis Costello or the Hanson brothers. That's a big one because of my love of hockey. But I just bought them because I thought they'd fit my head. I mean, small frames on me look ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, have fun, fake Kate, I guess. You know, I just, I mean, I know that I think Chad's doing the show, but, I would have to try and, I mean, I'm not really familiar with the comedy clubs in Atlantic City, but I would have to headline a weekend there to make it even remotely worth my while. So, um, but if they do the Onion Con, I would go because that's gonna be in Vegas. Vegas is just like it's like a 3 or 4, it's like a 4 to 5 hour drive for me. What is your favorite Sam Knock Knock joke? I don't really remember them. You know, Sam was, I love him and I'm sad he passed away, but he wasn't the funniest guy, to be honest with you. Um, but he was always nice to me. We got along. Um, so, uh, I'm around so much death, I don't even get sad anymore, to be honest with you. Um, you know, I lose on average, I would say, 2 to 4 comedy friends a year. Um, I mean, last year alone was Sam, Jack Knight, um, Foo, my friend Foo. Um, comic died just last week. New York comic. I didn't know, but a lot of people seem to be sad that he passed. So, just, yeah, no, I mean, there's another guy, Ralph Sorella. I did not, ever meet Ralph. Brazilian chicks. I don't think I've ever dated a Brazilian, woman. But I think I answered this, Mason. I'm a Cody Rhodes guy, but I'm an AEW guy. So, um, did you know Sam Simon? Who's that? We do believe Boom Shakalaka has died. Um, I have not seen Boone in 2 years. And in the previous 20 years, I literally never went longer than 2 days without seeing him. I saw him a few times in the pandemic. Oh no, I wish I was knew Sam Simon. Uh, yeah, he was Robert William Epariah. I don't know if I'd say he was the goat of what. Yeah, I can't wait for Onion Con because that'll be fun. Um, what do I watch on TV? A lot of reality shows like Vanderpump Rules. I just love mindless television. I was a big Sons of Anarchy guy, The Mayans, Survivor, Big Brother, obviously hockey. I don't know if it's obvious, but action movies. Just the world of. I love Jennifer Tilly. What a set of melons. Um, and I go to a lot of concerts and shit. I don't watch as much TV as I used to because I'm working now more than ever, which is good. So, and now I'm doing streaming. So I did not watch the Real Housewives show. Oh, cool, cool. I mean, yeah, I can't wait. I mean, oh yeah, I mean, a lot of people get bad advice and are told what to do, and they either do it or they don't do it. See, I like Jennifer Tilly better than Meg Tilly, but both are hot. I mean, who was in Moving Violations? That was Jennifer Tilly, right? Let me look that up. Yes, Meg Tilly was good in what was it? Masquerade with um, John Glover, my favorite actor. Yeah, she's a big poker person. I mean, yeah, but I don't want to fuck a lady. I mean, Jennifer, seems like a pretty wild woman, but I don't know. Maybe she's boring in bed. Um, but Moving Violations, I got to do a short film with John Murray. Moving Violations was like his shot to see if he could carry a movie. I'm sure the thinking was, well, it's Bill Murray's brother. He's got to be pretty funny, and he's very funny. But the movie had a great cast. Don. I think it was Don Cheadle's first movie. Ned Eisenberg, uh, Keach, one of the Keach brothers, Sally Kirkland, I think. No, Sally Kellerman, I think. Um, yeah, she does. I mean, those are some double D's, if I'm not mistaken. I'm an idiot savant with a women's boob size. I can guess almost within 100% accuracy. I've got an eye for the boobies. You ever watch Penn with Terry O'Quinn from Lost? No, but I did watch Millennium with Terry O'Quinn, and he and Lance Hendrickson were in what was the group? The Millennium Group, I think it was called. Uh, yes, well, Sally. Who is it? I think I'm trying to think. I think Sally Kellerman was in Moving Violations. Let me check. Sally Kirkland, I think, was in Best of the Best, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, let's see the cast here. Wendy Jo Sperber, she was. James Keach, Sally Kellerman. Sally Kellerman was in, Sally Kirkland was in, the great Eric Roberts movie, Best of the Best. So, it's hard to get some of those '80s movies. Who else was in this? Brian Backer. He was the horny guy from Fast Times. 1985, this movie came out. Let me see what it is on Rotten Tomatoes. That has to have a pretty bad Rotten Tomatoes score. I'll guess 14%. Um, it doesn't even list it on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not a good sign. Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, who doesn't like big cans? I mean, even gay guys like guys with big tits. So, or girls with big tits and guys with big tits. So wait, leather daddy cap. I don't mean the Sally with the sultry voice. I mean that would be Sally. Sally Kirkland, I think, had the huge tits. Or Sarah Kirkland. Uh, wait, now you guys got me confused. Let me look up best of the best. It's late night, so I'm not as mentally acute as I should be. Let's see who's on this. Sally Kirkland, yes. Sarah Keller, is it Sally Kellerman? Oh, wait, I'm all messed up right now. Okay, yes, Sally Kellerman was the one from Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School. Which Sally dated Dylan? I like a muscular back. Okay, well, I mean, listen, that's to each his own. I mean, I know guys who don't like girls with big boobs. They like the ass or the face or whatever. It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, she looks like the type of girl Dylan would be into. I like a man's muscular back. All right, well, listen, gays are welcome in the chat room, or for you Dabbleverse people, piazzas. Um, I don't. I'm a leather daddy. I gathered that from your name, um, and there's always room for a gay man in my chat. What about, what about a dude with big fake ones, like that Canadian dude? I don't know what you're talking about. Like a big fake what? Oh, big fake boobs. Yeah, oh, the guy who had the breast implants. Yeah, I mean that's not my style. But hey, everyone's different. I bet it was. I mean, to some women, I'm incredibly attractive. To other women, they like a guy who looks like, I don't know, Matt Rife. Uh, I would not, to be honest with you, Michael. Um, but I'd have to see them in person. Hello. I mean, I once, do I have insomnia tonight? I just thought, I didn't figure that there would be, um, hold on, I'm getting a communique from a secret agent. My brother-in-law also had a good time doing it. Interesting, St. Ranger. The after party was at a house on top of Tiburon. What's that? Is that an area of Los Angeles I'm not familiar with? I love that movie, The Rock. Kind of made me sad to see, an older Michael Bean in that. I'm not allowed to tell you I have secret agents myself, Rumble Slam, and they value their anonymity. Um, I mean, he's an okay wrestler. He's great on the mic. Um, oh, I think The Rock. Oh, you mean The Rock the movie hasn't aged well, or The Rock the person? Oh, I see what you're saying, Saint Ranger. I thought you meant it was like I thought Tiburon was some part of the Hollywood Hills I wasn't familiar with. Um, I mean, like, I don't think The Rock could. I don't know. I guess it depends on what you consider. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, it's cartoonish, but well, it's not something you want to admit to. Like, I'm proud of not taking anything ever, steroids, growth hormone, TRT, and I'm at the age now where I probably should take TRT, but I won't. I like how I look, and I think sometimes, I don't think The Rock is going to be like, yeah, I took steroids. I mean, I've never really met anyone who's admitted to taking steroids. Um, you know, except for some low-level bodybuilder friends of mine, but uh, you know, I don't know. I just think it's I think they feel embarrassed. Probably they don't want to admit they took. I mean, it depends on who you ask, but I think most people consider taking steroids cheating to get your look. So it's a self-esteem thing. They don't want people to think they were weak and had to cheat. Uh, well, I don't think I have too many people bugging me. Although I do get um, recognized a couple times a week, mainly from roast battle. But I've also been in line at, like, Chick-fil-A, in my car, and, most Chick-fil-A employees, at least the ones I go to, are African American, and they're like, "I know your voice from somewhere." So I do get recognized from the jellies. My favorite rock movie, let me look him up on IMDb. I don't really nothing really, um, I don't think I have one. I mean, let me look at his movies. I mean, I never saw the Jumanji movies. I mean, I guess the very first Fast and Furious movie he was in. No. Hey, this got a lot of laughs on my last stream, so I'm gonna. Let's see. It's my sound effects machine. I mean, I like Walking Tall with Bo Svensson, but I'm older, so I don't think. If anyone says anything wacky in chat, I'll do this. So, yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of the Rocks movies, to be honest. I mean, I grew up in a building with Don Adams, so I didn't see Get Smart out of protest. But, I don't hate on the guy. He was nice to me when I met him once at Monday Night Raw in Anaheim. my friend was making out with Stephanie McMahon in this VIP suite, and then The Rock came in, and, he's like, "Hey, man, thanks for coming." "Yeah, no problem, dude." No, I never saw The Scorpion King. Yes, Rat and Kiss, and then if you wanna squeeze in some modern bands, see, I get what you did there, Michael, like The Killers, Weezer, of course, my favorite obscure boy band is The Click Five. Um, I have I like The Cars, they're very good. I'd probably go see Kiss as AI characters the first show just for the freak show, factor, but I don't know, it's not something that is terribly exciting to me. But why not? I don't hate on them for doing that. Um, it seems kinda silly, but, oh, really? When did you see The Cars, Saint Ranger? I saw The Cars play, I think, I don't know, I wanna say, like, 2013, 2014 was 4 of the 5 original members, Ocasek, uh, David Robinson, the drummer, Greg Hawkes, the keyboard player, Elliot Easton on guitar, and they had no bass player. They just, out of respect to Benjamin Orr, I think Greg Hawkes just programmed the bass parts into his keyboard setup. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was a packed show at the Palladium in Los Angeles, and like you couldn't move in that room. So it was kind of cool to see that. Um, so yeah, those are the bands I like. Uh, I like Def Leppard. I like Journey. Uh, Poison, I like Poison, they're pretty good. So I have an interesting taste in music. It's very 80s based, Whitesnake's got some good tunes. Uh, what else? Springsteen, Yeah, that was their problem, Mumbles, that, um, you know, Rat, in terms of actual musicianship, one of the better bands from that era, from 83 to, say, 91. Warren DeMartini is an amazing guitar player. Robin Crosby, when he was alive, was a very adequate guitar player. Juan Crochet is a very, very good bass player. And, Bobby Blotzer's like the perfect drummer for Rat. Um, I think he auditioned for Montrose after he was in Rat and it didn't work out. But like for Rat, he's the guy. Um, and Piercy's vocals are interesting. You definitely, when Stephen Piercy starts singing, it's Rat, which most bands never really get, that identifiable voice or guitar sound. And Rat had both. Warren DeMartini always sounded a little different than the other guitar players, his tone. Um, and, they just live, they weren't the best, to be honest with you. People forget Rat was a big band at one point. Like they took out Bon Jovi on their first tour. They took out Poison on their first tour, and then you know for probably their live performance, questionable shows at times. Those two bands lapped them up within a year of opening for them. It's kind of like when I think Blue Oyster Cult took Kiss out, and then Kiss just blew up. Yeah, I've seen Kiss 20 times maybe, since '91. Um, saw all the reunion shows and then various shows with Tommy and Eric. I've only seen Journey with the Filipino singer. I've never seen him with Steve Perry. That's a great time to see the Cars. The Cars debut album is, it's in the discussion of greatest debut albums of all time. Not necessarily sales wise, but It's right up there with Boston, Guns N' Roses, you know, just there's not a weak song on it. And getting back to Rad, if you really want a good microcosm of Rat, it's the greatest hits album, 81, 91. There's really not a bad song on it. I think they threw a bonus song on there, Heads I Win, Tails You Lose with Bon Jovi on dual vocals. So, I mean, I only like Burning for You by Blue Oyster Cult. I'm not like a giant fan of theirs. I'm not like a hater. Just, you like what you like. Um, so, um, yeah, my musical taste, I like boy bands. My favorite boy band, not the Backstreet Boys, it's not NSYNC, not O Town, not Color Me Bad, but the Click Five. Well, they kinda did fall into the ballad shit and I like the song, it's called "Giving Yourself Away" off of Detonator, but that's when Rat and really a lot of bands, they saw the success that Bon Jovi had with writing with Desmond Child, so Desmond Child basically wrote Rat a whole record, Detonator, and that was one of the songs, "Giving Yourself Away," but I don't know if Stephen Pearcy has a great voice for ballads. He's got a great voice for, like, sleazy, like, Judas Priest style songs, but I love "Giving Yourself Away," but it just I don't know. I think for a ballad, you have to have, like, that operatic voice, which he does not have. Boston and ELO about the same time. I mean, Boston was speaking of voices, Brad Delp was, I mean, that's a voice there. Did you ever try to write a song or singing? Hello, Jason. No, I mean, I can sing a very low baritone, but there's not very many songs. Like I could sing some Springsteen songs and low register, but like I could never sing a Boston song or a Striper song because those guys' voices are next level. Um, Pooter. I got a fair amount of people in here. I mean, what time is it here? It's 3:15 in Los Angeles, so it's 6:15 in the morning for you East Coasters just getting up, or 5:15 for you Midwest people. So I won't be doing too many of these in terms of mid morning or early morning streams, but I was feeling it. I'm getting a little tired now, but um, you know, we way late. Well, everyone has a different sleep schedule. So, like I typically get up 10 or 11 in the morning, eat my breakfast, and then start my day with a little listen to MLC. Is Melton, he's switching up his schedule in terms of when he does. Let me check the YouTube and see what time he's going on today. I try and stay away from people's um, time slots, but sometimes you just got to go on. Okay, he's not going on. I don't think he's going on today. Um, so it's kind of hard to figure out when to go on. I mean, when you think about it, you've got Shuley goes on, I think at 6 a.m. my time, and he's on for a few hours, and then Chad goes on Mondays usually with Tony Mazer, and then MLC comes on, and then Ray goes on after MLC, and now Pat Dixon's streaming, so he goes on at night. So it's like at some point you just got to say fuck it and hit the live stream button, and hopefully I'm not stealing people from anyone's stream, but you got to you got to like you can't really all the slots are taken, so you just gotta go on. Um, I mean, I do like this time slot. I'm fascinated by people who are up at this hour of the day or night, you know. One of my favorite live streams to watch is I forget what it's called, or I'd plug it, is, this guy just drives around LA looking for, car accidents and investigations, and it's fascinating. Yes, this is the Earl verse. You guys have left the dabble verse, and you have now entered into the Earl verse. Enjoy the ride. My streaming right now is a little all over the place, to be honest with you. I mean, I like Opie, people give him a lot of shit, but listen, there's no O&A without Opie. Um, nah, I mean, maybe. I mean, he does have a pretty thick skin, but, yeah, 100% Saint Ranger. But I'm a very, respectful person, so, like, I don't wanna take someone's time slot, but like I said, I mean, from Shuley in the morning to Pat Dixon at night, like, the Dabbleverse is pretty nonstop, full tilt, and that's not even counting Steel Toe and Carl, like, they are, I think Steel Toes, I don't know what time he goes on, my time, right around now, and then, I don't know when Carl goes on, but so you just gotta say, "Fuck it." That's why I try and stay in my lane and not really talk about the Dabbleverse that much, but, um, I mean, I'm not down with the racial stuff that they did, and that was really more Cumia than Opie, but, Opie was a participant. Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to, I might stream again in the morning at, right before MLC if Chad's not doing something, but, like Saint Ranger said, at some point you gotta hit the gas and just go, and, you know, and my stream really doesn't have a theme. I don't know what that meant, Mumble Slam, the fence sitter, exit. No need to retract comments in here. Nothing offends me. Nothing. You can't hurt my feelings. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure at some point Opie's sick of getting trolled and he fights back, but I mean, he's a very smart guy. Whether you like him or not. Like you said, he's got a lot of money in the bank for being a loser. Um, but I'm sure part of his lashing out is, this guy's been trolled for 30 years, but he's also brought a lot of it on himself. So, what's open for food at this hour in West Hollywood? Really, just the IHOP. Um, but I mean, yeah, but I kind of like the metaphor. I mean, my point, Saint Ranger, is, you know, I'm trying to be respectful to all the streamers out there who were ahead of me in the game, but if I waited for an open time slot, I'd have to go on after Pat Dixon, and that'd be like 1 in the morning my time. So, and my stream isn't really about anything. We can talk movies, we can talk sports, we can talk the Dabbleverse as long as it doesn't get, out of hand. Because I have really nothing to add to the Stuttering John stuff or piling on Chad or Steel Toe or Carl. It just doesn't interest me because I'm just not in that world. Um, but I can understand why it's very popular. It's popular for the same reason roast battle's popular still, and why Kill Tony is popular. People like that train wreck shit. And it is funny to listen to Kevin go after Chad, and then Chad go after Melton, and then Melton just put a 3-hour episode, I think, today on Chad. Earl, what's my favorite sci-fi movie? I mean, I guess you'd say Aliens. That would be considered sci-fi, I suppose. I don't know if Terminator is considered sci-fi or an action movie. Like, I know Cobra is an action movie, but since Terminator was about, I don't know, robots and Skynet and, I'll say Terminator and, Aliens. I'm more of a, straight up, action movie guy, like, Tango and Cash. Yeah, yeah, no, we're gonna, it's just hard to, he's busy in the daytime, I'm busy at nights, so it's just hard to, I don't know about that, Mumbles. I mean, this ain't Chad's first dance into the dabble world, and it's not Melton's either, but, um, Chad and Melton will be friendly again, you know, in my opinion. Chad's from the wrestling background. He plays the bad guy, then he's a face, and then he goes back to being a bad guy. I mean, look at 6 months ago if you thought Chad would ever go back on MLC, and he did. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find that void. I mean, not that this is a talk show, but eventually, I might like to do like a live stream talk show late night. Obviously, the background would have to be improved. It can't just be this shit. But, I'm working on some things that, I mean, obviously, I have to stream for a little bit more to build up the audience. Although it's pretty cool. I have 14 people in here right now. That's a lot for me. Yeah, Tango and Cash is very underrated. I actually became friendly with the bad guy, or one of the bad guys, Robert Zadar, the guy with the big jaw. He used to come into my gym all the time. He was such a nice guy, like very sweet. It's kind of weird. That's why I don't want to meet some of my favorite wrestlers or action movie bad guys because most of them are so nice. It's hard for me to separate that once I meet them. Like I met Bill Duke at the gym I worked at, and he was so nice. And I was like, "Oh man, you're Cook from Commando. You're not supposed to be nice." But you know, a Mumble Slam TH. I don't know. Mumble Slam. I don't know some of your dialogue is losing me, but there's no need to delete your message as long as you're not saying anything you shouldn't be saying. So it's like I mean, I know the Gunn brothers, Austin and Colton, and they're so fucking nice. The maniac cop guy, that's Joe Spinell, I believe. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, Robert Zadar might have been in that too. Joe Spinell was Rocky's boss in the first two Rockies, Gazzo, and then he was in Nighthawks. He was the sergeant in Nighthawks. But yeah, Robert Zadar, a great guy. I mean, he really was a scary looking guy, to be honest with you. That jaw was like, I mean, like I have a big jaw. You know, his jaw was like 100 times bigger than mine. But that's why he got cast constantly. So um, I believe he passed away a while back. Let's see. He died March 30th, 2015. So 65 years old, not that old. Um, I don't know. Yeah, he was. Wasn't he in Bird on the Wire with Mel Gibson, not Payback? Um, I thought Bill Duke was, in Bird on the Wire with, see here, I don't know if this will help. Like, sorry, oh, there we go. I mean, that is a jaw, but the nicest guy. Like, he'd come into the gym late night. I mean, like, "Hey, man, how you doing? What movie?" He'd always be proud to tell me what movie he was working on, and, but that was in I worked at that gym from, like, '89 to '92, so, he was a good man. Alright, you guys. Um, well, it's like Brian Thompson from Cobra. Brian E. Thompson. He had a not quite as pronounced as Robert, but pretty up there. But I'm finally starting to feel tired. But let me know when I post this, or let me know in the next stream if you like this hour. I might do a few more of these when I can't sleep. I do appreciate you guys listening. Thanks for the likes. And I'll see you this week at some point. Earl Skakel, over and out. Yes, he did play Buffalo Bill and Joe Dirt. That is all. He was also on the Inappropriate Earl podcast. Look for that episode. See you guys.